All right, so I've got another rational root theorem problem for you. So we're going to factor this, but this one's a little bit special, and I'll clue you in as to why later. So first we want to do is make our P over Q list. P over Q, let's see here. Oh, gotta start with a P, don't we? P are the factors of 2, so that's just plus or minus 2, and 1. Sorry, I should have put that in order. Anyway. Q are the factors of this term, which is just 1. So plus or minus 1. So the P over Q list is all of these over these, which is nice. There's no fractions. So it's 2 over 1, which is just 2, and then 1 over 1, which is just 1. So we really only have 4 options. This is kind of nice, right? So we're going to take each one of these. Start with 2. 2 store for x, and we're going to plug it into this expression and hope to get 0. X to the 4th plus 6x cubed minus 13x squared is 4x plus 2. When we plug in 2, we get 22. So that does not work. How about negative 2? Store for x. Okay, type in the original again. And we're going to get negative 90. So that does not work. All right. So 2 is completely off our list. All right. Does not work. Will not ever work. All right. Let's try 1. 1 store for x. Then go up here and evaluate it again. And we get 0. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. So 1 is an x-intercept, which means that x minus 1 is a factor. All right, so we're going to divide this polynomial by x minus 1 using synthetic division. All right, so I've got 1 for my coefficient, a 6, negative 13, 4, and 2. And my number on the outside is going to be a positive 1. All right, bring the 1 down. 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Add those up. 7, 1 times 7, 7, add those up, negative 6, 1 times negative 6 is negative 6, add those up, negative 2, multiply those, negative 2, and a remainder of 0. Good. Okay, so this is my new polynomial. I started with something to the 4th. This is going to be to the 3rd power. So x to the 3rd plus 7x squared minus 6x minus 2. All right, so now I'm going to continue my P over Q list only using these numbers. Now I don't have to try 2 again because it will not work. All right, so let's do negative 1. All right, negative 1 stored to x, and we'll type in our new polynomial, x to the 3rd plus 7x squared minus 6x minus 2. Does not give us 0. So you might think, well, I've already done 2. I've tried those, and negative 1 doesn't work, so there's probably no other factors. This is the special case, all right? None of the other ones work. You want to go back and try your original again. Or you can try, plugging in 1 again from the get-go. If that happens, if it works, this is called a double root or a double factor. All right? So let's try storing 1 in for x again. And if we plug it into our new polynomial, I already know it works for the original, but if it also works for the new polynomial, then that means it is a double factor. And we got 0 again. That means if we divide this by x minus 1 again, it will give us another polynomial, and it'll have a remainder of 0. So we have to divide by x minus 1 again because it worked when we plugged in 1 for x again. It gave us 0. So we've got coefficients here. Got 1, 7, negative 6, negative 2, and 1. See, in the future, let's say you had a long P over Q list, a really long one. obviously, if you've already tried, the positive and negative of some number, just don't do it again. But you might try plugging in 1 for x. You might, if the factor, if a number gave you 0 before, you might try plugging it in again, immediately after, just to see, because it could have a double root. And it's really hard to find those if you're not looking for them. All right. So let's do the synthetic division. We get a 1. 1 times 1 is 1. This is 8. That's an 8. Add those, you get a 2. Multiply those, you get a 2. 0. So your new polynomial is x squared plus 8x plus 2. All right. Now, we know how to factor these. There's no factors of 2 that add up to give us 8. So this will not factor. All right. Now, as far as your answer goes when you're doing your homework, you would factor it like this. You start with the quadratic. I'm always wanting y'all to start with the quadratic. And then when you're doing these factors, all right, x minus 1 was a double factor in this case, or a repeat factor. Instead of writing x minus 1 and x minus 1 again, I'm wanting you to do x minus 1 to the second power. Okay? That's how you would write your final answer in your homework.